Hello everyone, this is ICBs here again, and today we are going to be talking about Yuyu Hakusho. And boy, it's been a while since I've made a video. Apparently 2 weeks now, because I didn't upload anything last week. So yeah, it's been some time. I've been really busy with my job and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure you were wondering where your favorite YouTuber went to, so I thought I should explain, because I knew you would be so worried. You would probably be thinking I was dead or something, but you know what? Nothing to worry about. I am fine. I am totally fine, and you needn't worry about your favorite, most subscribed YouTuber ever. Okay, so what was this video about again? Yeah, Yuyu Hakusho. And you've probably never heard of this show, or maybe you do, maybe that's why you're here. And maybe you haven't watched the original anime and you just watched the Netflix adaptation, and you're here to just curious to see what this random YouTuber thinks about the show. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what I think about Yu Yu Hakusho. And surprisingly, this show went really under the radar for most people, because I have not seen any YouTuber talking about this, or at least any YouTubers that I know about. Maybe you know a lot of YouTubers that made so many videos about Yu Yu Hakusho, but I didn't. The only person that I at least saw make a review about this show was Moist Critical, and no one else really did that. And it's surprising because this show, Yu Yu Hakusho, comes after Netflix made One Piece's live action adaptation, and it's really surprising because that adaptation did really well, and people would assume that if one thing did really well, the other thing might also do really well as well. But no one, I think, really gave this thing a shot. Like, it just went really quiet. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it because I watched the original anime so many years ago, and then I watched the Netflix adaptation, and now I'm watching the real anime again on Netflix. It's also available on Netflix. So before you even watch this review, if you're wondering if you want to watch the Netflix adaptation first or the anime first, I would highly, extremely urge you to watch the anime first. If you want to watch the adaptation for some reason, watch the anime first, then watch the Netflix adaptation. They're both on Netflix, so it shouldn't be a problem for you. Unless you don't have Netflix, then there's always so many beautiful websites out there. I'm sure you can figure something out. Okay, so after all of that meandering filler conversation, what do I think about this show? I hear you asking, my imaginary friend. When I first started watching this show, hadn't watched or remembered much of the original anime, and when I first watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, I was like, whoa, this is actually really good. But there was one thing that was kind of, scaring me about this show, is that this show has like 5 episodes, and that's really not much because the original anime is really long, and the first season of Netflix's adaptation has like 5 episodes. And then I thought, hey, you know what, like this could be like a season thing where the first season comes out and then they're going to make another one. So I cope by telling myself that. Then I watched the 4th episode, and then I watched the 5th episode, and yeah, the original anime has I think like 60 or 70 episodes or something, and this show is trying to adapt all of those episodes into 5 episodes. So you can imagine how well that went. And it's kind of a shame too, because there are so many good things in this adaptation, and I just want to go over the good things in this adaptation first, right? Number 1, the casting is absolutely amazing. I love Yusuke Urameshi. The casting for that guy is absolutely amazing. I love it. Like, that guy really looks like Urameshi. They did a fantastic job, and surprisingly, when I watched the original anime, Kuwabara used to be my favorite character for some reason. I don't know, man. I just love that guy, and they did an amazing job with his casting as well. The only person that they messed up casting is Koenma, and if you haven't watched the original anime, Koenma is supposed to be a toddler. No, not a toddler. He's supposed to be an infant with a pacifier in his mouth, and they casted that guy as an adult with a pacifier in his mouth, and it looks ridiculous. That's all I'm going to say. It was horrible. I mean, if I was a casting director on this show or something, I would cast a toddler or something, maybe some kid with like 10 or 12 years of old, and I would cast them as in the role of Koenma, and I would lose the pacifier, or maybe I'll keep it, I don't know. But yeah, that would be my decision. But whoever was working on this show just thought it was okay to cast a full adult guy in the role of Koenma, and Koenma is supposed to be a child. I mean, I think literally in Japanese, Ko means child or a kid, and they really butchered that concept, right? So anyway, Botan looks really great as well, and the rest of the characters as well. The casting is absolutely amazing. The other thing that this anime does really well is some CGI fight anime stuff, and yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. They just blow it out of the water. I remember there was one scene with Kurama where Kurama is fighting with some random guy, and there was one really long I think 10-second fight scene, and it was an uncut fight scene, and Kurama was just fighting. It was just pure anime shit, and it was amazing. So they really nailed the fight scenes, and the choreography is absolutely stunning. Now let's talk about the things that don't work for this anime. One of the things that I absolutely don't like about this adaptation is Botan. Botan in this adaptation feels like an exposition dump character. Both Botan and Koenma have that role, and I absolutely hate that, because Botan in the original anime is supposed to be one of the main characters, and in this adaptation she's just relegated to standing beside Koenma and talking about stuff and doing commentary on things that are happening. But Botan is supposed to be there on the ground with Urameshi, and it's absolutely insane that they didn't really do that. They really destroyed Botan's character for me. The casting is great for her, but the character itself not so much. And yeah, obviously the thing that really doesn't work for this adaptation is that it's trying to adapt 70-ish episodes into 5-hour-long episodes, and it was never going to work out. I don't know what they were thinking. It felt like there was someone working in the inside of the production of this show who was actively trying to sabotage this project, which it really feels that way. Who thought that you could adapt 70 episodes into 5 goddamned episodes? There's no way you could have done that. Well, there's absolutely no way. There was one character, Toguro, and the CGI on him was really good. I really liked his character, but if you watch the adaptation, you're just going to be left wondering like, who the hell is this Toguro guy? And Toguro is supposed to be one of the best anime villains of all time, but here he's like a big bad guy that shows up, and everyone kind of feels bad for him, even though he kills the teachers of the main character. I kind of forgot her name, I'm sorry, but he kills her, and then he comes and fights with Urameshi, and then when Urameshi is able to beat him, Toguro, everyone feels bad for him, like, and you would be left wondering like, why is everyone feeling bad for this really bad guy? And you would be right to feel that way, because in anime, in the original anime, that character is really well built up, you know, and his story is really well as well. And Urameshi and Toguro has had a lot of encounters leading up to this moment, and it was a big moment when Urameshi was finally able to beat Toguro, and Toguro is supposed to be a force of nature, and Urameshi is able to beat him in a span of like 5 days or something after getting his first powers, and it's insane. I absolutely hate it. This was never going to work, this concept of adapting 70 episodes into 5-hour-long episodes. This is the one thing that really holds this adaptation back. I mean, I can see the basis for a great anime adaptation. They nailed it out of the park with the casting. The CGI looks great. They just needed to try to do a better job of it instead of trying to condense the entire story of 70 episodes into 5. That's the one thing that really destroys this adaptation. So yeah, in spirit of anime and adaptations, if you were looking for something new to watch on Netflix, I can recommend that you watch the original Yuyu Hakusho anime on Netflix that I am also watching right now after I watched the adaptation, and I could really feel that there were so many things that the anime does well and that the adaptation did not really even attempt to do. So yeah, that's my review on Yu Yu Hakusho. Honestly, I really liked the first couple of episodes, and then it just went downhill from there because obviously it had to adapt so much content. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.